Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be looking at high level of brute force module in the DVWA series. Without any further ado, let's just get started. We can switch over to Linux VM. We can put username and password to log in. And we need to go to DVWA security and set the security level to high. Submit. And then we need to jump to brute force module. Because we are dealing with high security level of brute force module, is getting more and more difficult. But anyhow, we can try to use admin and admin or default credentials to log in. It doesn't work, and we can try to use admin and the password to log in, and it does work. Very simple. Of course, in the real world pen testing, you cannot. It's not often to see such engagement as this. So next, we can try to use login bypass technique, for example, admin, as we did for the low security level. Login, but it doesn't work. If you view source or source code of this level, you can see, this level is using this function, my_i real escape string, and this will filter out or some special symbol or characters like single quotes, double quotes. So this will prevent us from performing SQL injection. Okay. So next, of course, we can try to use Burp Suite to perform brute forcing. However, if you check its source code, and this level is more difficult. If you scroll down, you can see we have this hidden input, and the name is user token. And every time we access this page, we will be giving different value. For example, we can copy. And now if we refresh this page and check the source code one more time and scroll down, and you can copy this value. You can see this time this token is totally different, and this can give rise to difficulty when we perform brute forcing, as we did for the medium and the low security level. So how to do? I think for me, I prefer to use Python to build our custom script, and this script will deal with this token issue. Okay, so how to do? Let's go back to the browser and make sure the security level, yes, high, and inspect or open the inspect or developer tool of browser and navigate to network tab, and we can put admin 123 or anything to trigger a new request, and then we can copy this request as a Q command, and then we can go to this online service to convert. All right, and then we can copy to clipboard, and then we can launch. I've already, of course, opened up the VS Code editor. You can use any editor what you're comfortable with. We can paste in here. And so on from now on, we need to do some modification to create the script for our purpose. For example, we can import a time module, and we can define the function, and we need to indent all lines. Okay. And of course, it's insufficient. We need to, because this user token is dynamically generated. So we need to define another function, get yes. And then maybe we can auto-complete this command. But, the code generated by the model cannot work properly. I think we need to do some modification. So I think we need to know what's going on exactly. And to extract this user token, we need to import another module, import entry. Okay, so now, and also I think it's better to use a session of requests. Session. So, session will cache, will persist data like a user token. So after we access this page and get the, when we access this page by using HTTP GET method, and we can get the user token. And because we will be using session, and then when afterwards we submit this user login form data, the user token will be carried at the same time. Okay, let me show you what I mean exactly. So the session here, we need to use the session get. Okay, session, and so the HTML entry. Okay, and so next, yes, I think it's correct. Oh, not this one. We need to remove this part. So this will extract this value. If you check its source code, will extract this value. And here, we'll get all input element from the source code. However, this hidden tag has the attribute of name, user token. So we can use this to extract not other input element or tag, right? So let me go back. And then we want to get the value attribute. Okay. So now I think it's okay. We can save. Next, also we can utilize the session. So here, and this time should be password. Okay, and the user token, and we need to pass this user token, sorry, and so this user token. And similarly, or similar this function, we need to use a session of requests session, and then we can return its response. Next, we can define the main function. Let me auto-complete this command so we can, so I think we need to, for every word, the session would be different. Okay, so with open, and so maybe I can move these lines here. Okay, so this will call this function what we defined earlier. Oh, sorry, this one. And so the password user token, if you want, we can print out the user token value as we iterate this word list. Okay, so I think that's all, and we can remove these two lines. So the main, we can save. Let me, if incorrect, not in result or response, this means password has been found, and we can jump out of this for loop. Okay, and also we can introduce some sort of a delay between different requests. We can save. Hopefully, this program can work successfully. We can run it. Hit enter. Or can't. No such file. We can save. So the Python Brute High. So now it's trying this password and the next password. So I think this program is working as we expected. And finally, and each time the token would be different. So I think, we have already done what we need to do, okay, for this high security level of brute force module. And the password, of course, is very simple. But anyhow, I show you how to create the custom Python script for our purpose. I think this technique is very, very useful. Okay, and as you can see over here, we have been using some modules like requests, and although you can use other modules to extract information or extract data from the HTML code, such as beautiful soup, but personally, I like to use XPath, this XPath. So when we use this module, first of all, we need to initialize this instance, and the major or the one major parameter we need to pass is the HTML code, okay? And then this is the key part. We need to specify the path of the data what we want to extract, okay? And with the help of AI, we can complete this code very, very quickly and effectively, okay? I think it's almost done. So the break. So I don't think it's necessary to wait it to finish. With that being said, that's pretty much it for this video. I'd like to see you next. Bye. Have a good day, please.